So welcome back to another episode for Bleeding Edge. Today I'm going to be showing you guys something about parrying that I kind of think is an issue with the game. Well, maybe not even issue, just a very steep learning curve, if anything, to keep it positive. Um, but parry and evade are currently mapped to the same button. And in order to get like a perfect parry, you have to touch nothing else but whatever your evade button is. No direction, no nothing. If you do that, instead you'll dodge. This will cost stamina. The other thing that I'm noticing with the parry is that, like, based on certain characters, like times of their moves, parrying is ridiculously difficult, if not impossible. So, like, if you watch this in Dojo, you have just only a couple settings that you can do. You can basically just turn them on to aggressive or passive. So I've turned the characters on to aggressive, and basically, as you can see, they just will spam attack, right? And at first, when I started playing, I was like, this is impossible, right? And then I started to get the hang of it. So, like, you'll see in the beginning, like, based on Nidhogger's, like, moves, like, I'll miss most of my parries. And he kicks the crap out of me, damn near every time. Eventually, though, as this progresses, I do get the hang of it, and like I do start to get a parry. However, I played against El Bastardo with Demon in another video. I'm gonna throw that in a little bit later here. And I could not get a single parry on him, no matter what I did. And I think it's because El Bastardo's like attacks are so fast and stuff like that. Like they're linked in such a way where like the window, like the margin for error for your parry is so ridiculously small that it's like it feels like it's almost impossible. So like again, as you can see here, like I'm starting to get the hang of the parry. Like I get boom, there's parry. But it's so hard to hit. And the thing is like when you're playing this game, like you're not just really fighting a person one on one. Like there's gonna be like at least like it's either gonna be like a 2-on-2 or like a 4-on-2. You know what I mean? There's always gonna be like these combinations. But if you can't like successfully parry, it's like you're always going to get your ass kicked every single time you go into a fight. And it's just like it's based on the time. So it's like I don't know if anyone's played the game like For Honor, but like in For Honor, you had a parry, but you also had a block. And I think that's what this game needs. I think this game needs like an actual block. And the block should cost like stamina or something like that. But like if you can't successfully block what's coming in, like from multiple heroes, like you just always know you're gonna get your ass kicked, and like that's kind of like annoying because then the strategy is run away. And like I said, like if anyone's played For Honor, like in For Honor, if you could take on 4 people and you could block their shots, like you could kick the crap out of 4 people. And here it's like it just feels like the margin for error with your parry is so ridiculously unforgiving that like most people are not going to get the hang of it, especially when they're being attacked by like 3 or 4 people. Like, I, I don't know if you can block a parry from like more than anyone swinging. Like I said, like I couldn't block a single parry from El Bastardo from a computer when he was just spamming his basic attack. And it was because it was too fast. And it's like, when are you supposed to get the parry in when the other sword is coming? That's why I think you need like a block or even like a separate button besides evade. It just makes it like very clustered, I feel, for how parrying should be. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like I said, like I played this against the computer and eventually I did find a rhythm. Like you'll see coming up, like I beat him and it's like this computer's hard. Like if anyone's played this game and you go into the dojo and you just set it up, you know that these 2 dudes are unforgiving. Well, really anybody you set it to is pretty unforgiving as far as like a hero goes in or as far as a computer goes. They beat the crap out of you. And it's ridiculous. Like, look, like, but either way, so eventually I did beat him and I was able to get the parrying down and I was able to, like, get the parrying with the movement and, like, the evade out of the way. But it's, like I said, it is such a steep learning curve on that. And if that's what they're going for, cool. That's cool. But then, like, make sure you're, like, I don't know. The parry, it seems so simple in the tutorial, but like when you're doing it in like actuality and you're like really playing this game against like a full team and it's competitive and things are heated, like a parry is useless. It feels like, and I don't want the parry to be useless. Like a parry is so important, but it is useless right now, at least in my opinion. I played the crap out of For Honor and I was able to parry in that game no issue with all four people. If anyone's ever played Mordau, parrying in that game is very fun and not simple, but pretty straightforward at least. This is hard as shit. Like here, you can see, boop, here it comes. But yeah, eventually I got the hang of it. I'm gonna shut up. I'm just gonna let the rest of this video play. Um, I hope that Ninja Theory, uh, we'll see what they do with this whole system and the combat, but I don't know if anybody else agrees with me that the parry is like very difficult. And to be totally honest, like I want to learn this system that they put in the game. Like they put it in the game for a reason. So I'm just gonna keep practicing in the dojo over and over again. And if that's what you want to do, I recommend that because like you can go into the dojo and you can learn each hero's, their timing, when you can parry, when is a good time to counter and stuff like that. Like the distance of slides, like the distance of what it takes to parry. Like when I think that overall parrying needs like a fab buff, and I think they need to just generally make it more useful, because where it stands right now, it just sits there and it doesn't do anything, at least in the combat when it's more than one player. And I think that if you could have that where players can parry and they can take less damage, you're going to have way more fighting. Like people are going to fight more and combat's going to be cooler because it'll be drawn out a little bit more. But like as it stands right now, it's just run in, beat each other up. And if you have more players than the other team, for the most part, you win. Like a skilled player does, beat an unskilled player. But I think that if you made parrying more relevant in this meta, I think that it would be a lot more fun for combat overall. I think it would be enjoyable. I think it would make combat last longer. I think that overall gameplay, like people would take more risks and they would feel that they could take on more players at one time. I think that would feel cool. But yeah, I think that that needs to be addressed. I think that parrying needs to be made a little bit stronger. So yeah, please Ninja Theory, make parrying more useful. If you guys agree about parrying, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And until next time, peace.
Y'all don't really know my life. Y'all don't really know my struggles and how much liquor I go through. Y'all don't really know my fears and how many years to get here, but I'm ready to rumble. Y'all don't really know my life. Y'all don't really know my struggles and how much liquor I go through. Y'all don't really know my fears and how many years to get here, but I'm ready to rumble.